Well, it feels like it's never ending, but the election season is underway. Roughly 1 million ballots were mailed to voters just this morning.
Yeah, they'll be deciding on a host of school bonds and overrides and other local issues that could affect their taxes. There's still a lot of questions surrounding the security of our election system.
Our Dennis Welch is here in our studio. And Dennis, you just checked in with the county recorder just this afternoon.
Yeah, and we're still not getting a lot of answers as to what happened last year with that hacking, with that big hack with the Russians. You got to remember that Arizona was one of a handful of states targeted by the Russians last year, according to the Department of Justice. Now, there was one breach down in Gila County, but there's no evidence that any records there or anywhere in the state have been altered. Now, the Arizona Secretary of State, Michelle Reagan, received another briefing about that hack earlier this month, and her office was very vague about that information, saying the Department of Homeland Security provided, quote, nothing of note. Now, regardless, Maricopa County Recorder Adrian Fontes says he is very confident that this year's election is secure, although he'll likely be upgrading security for next year.
We're looking at best practices not only around the country, in elections specifically, but in other industries as well, because there's a lot of similarities between the way some of these things work.
Now, in addition to the security, the recorder's office wanted to stress that they are doing everything they can to make it easier for voters to cast ballot. Now, remember, this year marks the first time we're seeing an all mail-in ballot in Maricopa County. And in fact, voters don't even really need a ballot. All they need to do is show up to an early voting location, present your driver's license, and they'll print a ballot right there for you. I did it today. It took me about 5 minutes.
All right. Thank you, Dennis.